This episode of Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief is brought to you by Right By You Mortgage. Wherever life takes you, we're right by you. Visit rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast to learn more. Hey, before we begin, a quick heads up. Today's episode of the News Brief was pre-recorded. For the latest on breaking news around the coronavirus, go to WRAL.com. From WRAL News and the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, this is your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Monday, September 7th, 2020. I'm Cliff Baumgartner. For months, North Carolina has been slowly making its way through a three-phase reopening plan designed to bring businesses back as safely as possible during the pandemic. Well, over the weekend, North Carolina took another small step forward, entering Phase 2.5 of that plan. This step sees many businesses able to reopen their doors for the first time since the pandemic began, including gyms and fitness centers, which have been a subject of controversy. For months, gyms have maintained they could reopen safely, while the state considered them a high-risk environment for virus transmission. But now that gyms can reopen, how do they plan to do it? What measures will they have in place, and what can people expect the next time they go to work out? Well, recently, WRAL's David Crabtree talked to Doug Warf, the vice president of O2 Fitness, to get answers to these questions.
We've talked with Doug several times over the summer. Doug, good to see you again.
Good to see you as well, David. Nice to be on happier terms this time.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I remember one night you felt like you'd taken a body blow, another night a little lower. You look pleased tonight, yet you've got a long way to go.
Yeah, it's a great way to put it, David. This is the start of the healing process. When you're essentially the last state to reopen fitness, there's a lot of joy in that, but there's still some frustration. And then we've got a big hole to dig out of. So for our teams and everybody else, we're thrilled to get everybody back to work. We're ecstatic to get our members back inside the clubs. But at the same time, there's still a long way to go, but that healing process can now start.
And so for those members who want to come back to O2 Fitness, what are they going to experience differently when they come back in?
A handful of things. We are at reduced capacity. We'll operate at 20% due to the size of our clubs. But we also have sanitation bottles for every member that comes in. So every member has their own bottle as they work through. Face mask while they move around the club. And then we close midday for foggings, and we'll be slightly reduced hours to start. So we're doing the same protocol that we followed in Charleston when we opened there on May 18th at 5 clubs. And we've seen over 80,000 check-ins now on those clubs without a single case of COVID spread inside of our club. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure we can stay the same here in 3 months.
You know, Doug, I'm curious. I'm sure some of your members have obviously found some ways to exercise over the past few months. They've walked, they may have lifted a few weights at home, but you don't just come in and pick up where you left off. There are going to be some sore muscles and some strains for a while.
This is very true. We had a lot of virtual and online classes. Our Charleston members said the same thing, and we actually opened this past Friday in Wilmington and Greensboro under the medical ruling. And we talked to a lot of members this weekend who needed to kind of take a couple weights off of the barbell when they came back in. We remind everyone of that to kind of ease back into it. But at the same time, it's great for them to get back into those routines and get back into what makes them comfortable and helps that mental health as well as the physical health.
Doug, you've been great talking with us over the past few months. It's good to see you smile tonight. All the best to you and O2 Fitness in the coming weeks and months. Take good care of yourself. Doug Warf.
Thanks, David.
This has been your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Monday, September 7th, 2020. As always, if you like the news and information you get from this show, let us know. Leave a rating and review wherever it is you listen. Plus, while you're there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our new episodes. Thanks for listening. When it comes to buying a new home, you want to know that you're in good hands. At Right By You Mortgage, the dedicated team of lenders live in your community and are committed to being right by you every step of the way. Whether you're a growing family, a relocating professional, or a retiring couple, they'll partner with you to find the right loan to fit your unique home buying needs. Plus, with the Right By You Mortgage on-time closing guarantee, they'll pay you and the seller $500 if you don't close on time. Visit rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast to get started. Wherever life takes you, we're right by you. Go to rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast for full details. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 402136.